Ever heard the one about the man who ate a whole airplane? Well, today we're not going that far, but we'll be exploring some of the world's most unusual foods that might make an airplane seem like a snack. Welcome to an adventurous exploration of the culinary kind. We're diving into the world of unusual foods, where the ordinary is often extraordinary, and the extraordinary is, well, utterly outlandish. Here, a simple meal can quickly turn into a gastronomic adventure that challenges the senses and possibly the constitution. Now remember, what might seem unusual to you could be a delicacy to another. For instance, imagine tucking into a plate of deep-fried tarantulas, or savouring the crisp crunch of a toasted grasshopper. The world is a buffet of bizarre bites, my friends, so expect the unexpected. Prepare for a roller coaster ride of flavours, textures, and yes, even emotions. It's going to be a wild ride. So tighten your seatbelts, or rather loosen your belt buckles. We're going on a culinary journey that's bound to stretch your stomach and your imagination. Ever wanted a little extra protein in your cheese? Well, in Sardinia, they've got you covered. We're talking about casu marzu, a traditional Sardinian cheese that's left to ferment until it's absolutely swarming with live maggots. Yes, you heard right. Live maggots. Now imagine this, an unsuspecting tourist, let's call him Bob, bobs into a Sardinian market. Bob is a cheese enthusiast and spots this peculiar, somewhat creamy-looking cheese. He buys it thinking he's found a new favourite. Bob is in for a surprise. As he slices into it, he's greeted not by the usual sight of a pristine cheese wheel, but by a bustling community of wriggling maggots. Bob, to put it mildly, is gobsmacked. Casu marzu is not for the faint of heart, but it's a local delicacy that's been enjoyed for centuries. It's creamy, it's tangy, and it's, well, lively. So next time you want a lively cheese platter, you know what to ask for. If you thought the maggot cheese was wild, wait until you hear about the Icelandic delicacy hakal. That's right, we're talking about fermented shark. Not just any shark, mind you, but Greenland shark, a creature that can live to be over 400 years old. Now let's talk about our friend Bob. Bob's an adventurous eater, always looking for the next big thrill, so when he visited Iceland, he was eager to try hakal. He was prepared for the taste, or so he thought, but what he wasn't prepared for was the smell. Imagine a pungent aroma wafting up your nostrils, a scent that can only be described as ammonia. Yes, you heard it right, ammonia. Bob's eyes watered, his nose twitched, but he was determined. With a deep breath, he took a bite. And you know what? He survived. So remember, when in Iceland, don't hold your nose, dive right in. From live maggots and fermented shark, let's move on to something a bit more egg-citing. Picture this. You're rummaging around in your kitchen and you find an egg. But this isn't your garden variety chicken egg. No, this one's black as a moonless night. You'd be forgiven for thinking you've stumbled upon a relic of a forgotten omelette, but you'd be wrong. You've just discovered the century egg, a Chinese delicacy that's, well, aged to perfection. You see, century eggs aren't really 100 years old, but they do spend several weeks, sometimes even months, swaddled in a concoction of clay and ash, until they turn this striking shade of black. The taste? It's a bit like a hard-boiled egg that's taken a detour through a balsamic vinegar factory. Oh, and a word to the wise. Don't go cracking open one of these in a crowded room unless you want to clear it out in record time. So if you ever find a black egg, don't panic. It's just 100 years old. Well, we've certainly had a feast for the imagination today. We've journeyed through the weird and wonderful world of unusual foods, where we've found that one person's yuck might just be another's yum. We've tackled maggot cheese, a true culinary dare for the brave at heart. Who knew that wiggly, wriggly maggots could add such a unique texture to a bite of cheese? Then we dove into the deep, cold waters of Iceland to bring you fermented shark. It's been said that the aroma alone is enough to make the stoutest of us wince. But hey, to each their own, right? And let's not forget about those foods that are aged to perfection, where perfection might mean just this side of decomposition. But remember, it's all in the name of gourmet experiences. And remember, one man's maggot cheese is another man's delicacy. Until next time, bon appetit, or should we say bon adventure?